been so long in the making. Everything just seems to have gone wrong so many times, but hopefully everything will go all right today, and we'll have a good game. And obviously, if you do like the video and you do want to see more, then like the video, comment, subscribe, all that sort of good stuff, and check out the YouTube channel where this video will be going afterwards. Since Twitch likes to delete all the videos after like a couple of weeks or whatever. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to introduce my character, and then I'm going to go around everyone else, and they can introduce their characters. So, my character is this one right here. She's going to be called Yrsa Ulfhild. She's going to be the bear wolf. The bear wolf? Yeah, the wolf bear. She's a Goliath barbarian. She's going to be a bit more of like the mother of the family, a bit more aggressive when necessary, and she's going to be like keeping the rest of the party in order. I'm not sure whether the rest of the party is going to be troublemakers or not, but she's going to be making sure that they're all good, nice people, not causing the towns or whatever too much trouble. Yeah, the next person that we have is someone called Hans the Sly, and if they would like to introduce themselves now.
Hans is a human, and if you can see his token, he wears a blindfold. He is a blind character, and you'll find out a lot more of him as we progress in the story.
Nice. Okay, cool. So that's Hans. I don't know if we want to go through like names of the players as well, or if we just want to go just character names with everybody.
You can refer to me as Shannon, Shan, or Gherkin.
Nice. Cool. Next up, we have Olin Barbatus. If you'd like to introduce yourself. Or if he's mute, we'll move on.
He's on mute.
Yeah. Don't know if you know
He's
you're
on
on mute.
mute.
Yeah.
Just noticed. Olin, unlike myself in real life, is a man of few words. He comes from mysterious origins, but he is not exactly a closed book. Yeah, you merely need to ask questions, but make sure the questions are the right questions. He won't. He's cool-minded, and he doesn't enable chaotic behavior, but he's not one to stop you from doing so. I myself am Duke. You may call me Duke. I hail from the beautiful land of Bangladesh, and I'm really happy to be starting this campaign with all of you.
Nice. And which character is yours? Yours is this one on the left, in the middle, correct?
Bottom left.
Bottom left.
Yes,
So this
with
one.
the
Cool.
mysterious mask man.
I'm
of
guessing
mystery.
Ari is this one. So if you would like to introduce yourself next, Ari.
Yeah. I'm playing Ori. Full name Magnus Ori Thora Gillison. He is quite grand. He holds himself well. He is a Kalishtar monk, and we'll see how he progresses through the campaign. I am Josh, so I'll be playing Ori.
Nice. With that name, you really like to torture yourself, don't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Next up, we have Sarah Scarlett.
My name is Sarah Scarlett.
Yeah.
Sarah Scarlett. She is a tiefling wizard, and she is also mysterious in that there is people looking for her, but she doesn't know who or why. But she needs to get away from them. And real name Daniel Goosens, and yeah, you can just call me Dan.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And then the next one, the named the most British treasured possession ever, T. If you would like to introduce yourself.
Hi, yeah. So my name's Beth, and I'm going to be playing Callie Tea Leaf. She is known as Tea because she was found in a box of tea leaves. Couldn't be any more British if I tried. And she's a halfling ranger who just, wants to have a good time, really. She's just a good person, I guess. Yeah, I don't know yet. We'll find out as we go on. So,
Nice. That's the best way to do it. Best way to do it.
Hi.
I think that's all the characters, and the only other person to introduce would be the DM Almighty, the Lord and God of this universe that will be hopefully sparing all our lives as we try and ransack and pillage all of his towns and burn his villages.
Yeah.
So you begin by being beheaded.
The trash falls from the
hello.
sky.
Yeah, hello, friends. My name is Dylan. I'm the DM of this game. I'm looking forward. I'm very excited for this game to share it with the players here and anyone who might be watching this. So, I suppose that's everything I can think of for now that I'd like to say about myself.
And just before we start with any actual D&D stuff, just a quick shout out to Shan, who has done all of the artwork for everything. Not the characters, we found those elsewhere. Apart from her own, she drew her own, and it's brilliant. But everything in this game has been hand drawn and created by Shan, and it's absolutely beautiful. So just when you're watching the video, watching the stream, whatever, keep in mind that Shan, who has a link, who has a link in our Twitch channel, she has done all of this beautiful work. bit of a promotion for you.
Yeah, free pog.
Make me blush.
Some amazing work. All of her her characters and stuff. I have there's a few NPCs and stuff like that that'll make an appearance. She's drawn as well. So.
And all the story and everything has been made by DM the Almighty Dylan. So again, massive shout out to him and Shan for making this entire thing. And I feel like it's gonna be brilliant.
It's gonna be pretty good.
Can I get a whoop whoop? Love it, love it.
Alright, so we jumping in.
Yeah, okay, so is everyone ready? Are we all good to get started?
Yeah, let's do this.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a special selection of music for the thing. There's a little bit of delay for Foundry, so if you could let me know when the music has begun, I would appreciate that, and then silence from there on while I log.
Silence, plebeians.
Okay, let me know when it's playing on your ends.
Nothing yet.
Nothing.
No.
Oh god.
We're mastering the silence, guys. This is really good.
We're so good at it. Not 20 on silence, guys. Stealth checks.
It's just started.
Oh,
yes, we have noise.
Okay.
Noise.
Our adventurers begin their journey in Uvain, the capital of Engvild. Be they there for the proving trials or for the business that follows it. Little do they know that what fate plans for them in the days following their arrival to Uvain. They may even catch the eye of Minos himself. So, it's a very beautiful day in Engvild in general, Uvain especially. It's a bustling city. Our adventurers kind of arrive. I believe all of them are traveling on their own. They're all separate. And those of you who don't live in Uvain, the first thing you'll notice about this city is just how grand it is, how big the buildings are. It's almost as if it's designed to make you feel like you're an ant amongst a forest. Most of the buildings are made out of stone. There is wooden supports supporting them, but for the most part it's made out of very old and this kind of strange. It's almost like a metal alloy, but it is definitely stone. The main attraction is the main thing that you'll notice when you enter through the main gates is just a pair, like 2 aisles of stalls of merchants. These merchants have arrived with you, prior to you. They're here for the Crucible and for the proving trials. They're all just selling general goods. Most of them are selling like potions, weapons, armor. Like some are even selling magic items. And they're all kind of like shouting over each other and trying to, get their prices out there and get people to come to them for business. We will go through the list of people. We will go in alphabetical order, and at the very top, from my end at least, we will start with Beth. Beth, where can we find your cat?
She will probably be checking out any weapon stands. Checking out some bow and arrows, I expect.
Okay. Just a little thingy, by the way. If there should be things along the top. One of them is says Uvain.
Should we
So
move
that
there
should
now?
be the
Do we need to move our tokens, or do we just leave our tokens here?
Just leave your tokens. If you have tokens on that screen, it will appear. So,
all right.
I believe the music stopped.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, to play that again. I want to play this playlist. Okay. So yeah.
Should we say commands to move to different locations in chat? So it's more streamlined.
No.
It's just these little things along the top, and you just click on it, and it'll move you there.
We'll just say it when we need to.
So yeah, you're in Heroes Walk, the main gate bit, or are you in the market district?
Market district, I think, if that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heroes Walk is where all the traveling merchants are, whereas market district is people who actually live in the city or like and stuff like that. So yeah. Okay.
Then probably Heroes Walk, I expect, actually, if just having arrived in the city, I think.
Yeah, you probably would have arrived in the city yourself. All right. Yeah, because you're not from Uvain. So you come. This little halfling girl. If you would like to describe what she looks like, feel free. If you don't feel like it, then feel free to say so. You don't have to.
Yeah. So she is. She's quite small for a halfling. She's 2.5 foot. She's got light brown, like wavy hair and green eyes. She has a bright green cloak. She keeps the hood up. And across her shoulders she has her quiver, and then slung over her other shoulder is her bow. She is never far from her trusty halfling hunter's bow. She's probably just having a wander around, soaking in the culture, feeling a little bit awkward. She prefers to be out in the wilderness than in a city. But yeah, just soaking everything in and seeing what it's all like.
Nice.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah, he's kind of wandering down Heroes Walk, kind of glance around. It's very difficult, especially because you're like how short you are. You kind of it's difficult to even navigate this place, given how short you are. Most people don't even realize you're there. Occasionally you'll get kind of like tapped in the face by people's like shins and knees. But they kind of like most of them are like carrying something. So, like it's kind of understandable that they don't see you and they kind of just go like, oh, sorry, not seeing who it was.
She's definitely used to that, being of such small stature. She's used to being overlooked. Don't get trampled.
So kind of traveling through this place, it's a little bit difficult, but it's kind of a lot of people like the merchants are kind of shouting over each other and kind of like, I'm selling swords for 10 gold apiece, and you can get a magical focus if you use magic and stuff like that, and just kind of people just kind of calling out and trying to get one up on each other. You do notice like glancing through this place, one merchant in particular seems to stand out. This man is strangely dressed, and he seems rather eccentric. He's dressed in this kind of like these really bright colors. They kind of remind you a little bit of a jester.
Okay.
The way that they are. But he seems to be a human. There might be a little of elven heritage in there, because he's got kind of like this fair face with like kind of higher cheekbones, but he might just be from another nation in Carafel. But yeah, he's generally human looking, and he's selling all kinds of like he seems to be just a general merchant. He does have a couple of magic items in stock, but knowing how expensive magic items can be, you don't think he'd probably be able to afford anything
Yeah.
quite yet. So if you want to approach him, feel free, but you don't have.
Yeah, I'll leave it for now, if that's okay.
Okay.
Just
Yeah, that's
browsing.
alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, is there anything in particular looking for, or are you just kind of browsing and shopping?
Just browsing, I think. It's probably been a while since she's been in a town, so she's going to be a little bit overwhelmed. So probably just browsing, trying not to get hit in the face too much by people bustling by. Yeah, I think that's all for
Alright.
now.
Okay. Well, next down. So where might we find Sarah?
So I'm thinking. Let me see. Well, I feel like she would be at the Hero's Walk as well, unless there's another place like magic based.
There is a magic I don't think there's a dedicated magic item shop. So yeah, I think Hero's
feel-
Walk is the best place you're gonna find
Yeah,
magic
because
items
she
for
would have
sale.
came up. She would have came in carriage, hidden
By
on
carriage?
yeah, like on a merchant carriage. She would have hidden herself and came through
Okay.
the north gate, I think.
Ah,
So
yeah,
she
yeah, I
would
remember
be
that from your
in.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel she's in Hero's Walk as well, just trying to blend in.
Okay, so
Occasionally,
yeah,
she.
Oh, sorry,
Uh,
go on.
I was gonna say occasionally she slips into Infernal because she's not used to speaking common, but she's picking it up pretty quick because she's kind of smart.
She's just scaring the
But
merchants.
It's like
definitely slips into
how
Infernal.
much is that
Causing a scene already.
Yeah.
So yeah, would you like to describe Sarah, or
Yeah,
do you
I
not feel
will.
like it?
Yeah, she's a purple-skinned tiefling. She's 6'1" in height. She's got
Ooh,
long
pretty
white
good.
hair, and she, I'm gonna say, is wearing just plain, simple clothes, but she does like wearing fancy clothes when she can. Like,
Okay.
yeah, noble attire, but she just hasn't been able to get any yet.
Nice.
Okay. Is she hiding a certain feature, or you don't have to like reveal
Let
that
me
feature if
see.
you don't want
Yeah, she's hiding a feature, but I'm not gonna
Cool.
to? Okay.
say what.
Yep. You don't have to reveal it if you don't want to. Okay, so yeah, you're kind of walking through Hero's Walk. It's a bit different. You kind of get like a lot of people kind of second glance you, like as a tiefling. There's not outright hostility towards tieflings. They're actually quite well respected, but they're not particularly common. So most people double taking you. You're kind of getting the getting the vibe of, oh, a tiefling. I've not seen one of those
Fancy.
before. Kind of, yeah, like the people are kind of double taking you and just being like, ooh, and this. Actually, because female tieflings are kind of known for being like very beautiful and elegant and stuff like that. Kind of like
Yeah.
you kind of get a lot more male attention than female.
Nah,
But
she
you occasionally
female.
do get some ladies kind of like checking you out a little. But
Alright.
so yeah, kind of walking down Hero's Walk. You're hearing the same thing. A lot of merchants just kind of shouting over each other, trying to, same as before, just trying to get their prices out there and trying to get people to come to them. Again, you do see that merchant I mentioned before, the eccentric clothing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you don't feel like speaking to him quite yet, that's all right.
Nah, I feel like I'll probably stand back. I don't want to draw attention to myself yet.
Okay, well, moving on will be John's character, Yrsa. Where can we find Yrsa?
Okay, so yeah,
By the way, there
obviously,
is a secondary thing at the top of Vane Market and Dock, and that'll be like a zoomed-in version of the Market District and Docks, if you
oh,
want to have a
nice.
look at there. But yeah,
Yes.
go on. Sorry.
Yeah, so obviously she'd be coming through the North Gate as well. She lived in the mountains
Okay.
all her life, in a remote tribal village with the rest of the Goliaths. It's not fully understood to why the Goliaths were segregated to that like part of the mountain, separated from everyone else. But
Like this
like,
particular
yeah,
tribe of
but they know of Uvain, and they know like they've been there a couple times. Like they go there for like supplies and stuff, and they're quite well respected there. But yeah,
yeah.
she's just decided
Like
to come down.
Goliaths do, like, for the most part, Goliaths and orcs do live in Uvain. Like, and they live in cohabitation, same as hobgoblins as well. Hobgoblins are quite well respected, but yeah, like your particular tribe would have been segregated from, like, would have just kind of been hiding the mountains.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So
So yeah, go on.
she's
Keep going.
so obviously like the tribe they all worship Minos as well. They all have like a warrior culture, I guess. Like
Culture.
survival of the strongest, sort of like respect to the strongest. So she's heard about this big tournament that's going to happen in
Yeah.
the nearby city. So she's came down from the mountains to the North Gate. So yeah, I guess she'd be walking
Okay.
through the Heroes Walk, probably around the same time. Well, yeah, probably around the same time as the rest of them, honestly. She'd probably be looking for the area to
Would you
like
like to
sign up.
describe?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you would have probably gone straight through Heroes
Yeah.
Walk, and you'd be up. Okay. So yeah, would you like to describe your character, like her appearance, or do you want to just kind
Yeah.
of skip over that?
So she's obviously a Goliath. She's a massive woman, a giant woman, if you will. So Goliaths are typically
A
around.
Goliath of a woman.
Yeah, so Goliaths are around like 7-8 feet
Sorry, I
generally.
keep going.
But she is slightly above average. She's around 9 foot, give or take a little bit. So she's absolutely towering above
Cool.
everyone else in the city. Almost as big as some of the actual shop buildings. It would be difficult for her to walk in without having to duck. But yeah, she's pretty much like. Let's hope T is nowhere near my Goliath because she would not see her at all, and she would squash her like a bug by accident, and she would feel terrible about it.
Oh.
So yeah.
Yeah, so she's just got wild
So
wavy
yeah,
hair.
like.
Sorry. Yeah, so she's just got wild wavy hair.
Oh yeah,
Like
no, keep going, keep going.
natural fur clothing. Like just think like caveman, cavewoman type clothing, but like slightly more modern, but also like it's like those kind of like furs with like like tooth necklaces and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Just very
Like
wild.
Viking.
Yeah,
Kind
very
of a
wild.
shamanistic
Yeah,
vibe.
yeah. Yeah. Anyway, continue,
Okay.
DM, or the Almighty.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of you just kind of go straight through the heroes. A lot of like you bring a lot of eyes, especially from how big you are. Like it's like just like it kind of like it's not common for like they recognize that you're from the tribe up north, from your clothing, and you get quite a few looks. None of them particularly bad. Just curiosity. Seems to be the kind of the most of the looks. Some kind of like giving you a bit starry eyes, kind of like, oh, she's quite whoa. But yeah, for the most part, it's just mostly curiosity as people kind of glance over at you. Making your way up, so you just pass straight through the Hero's Walk. You're not particularly interested in what they're selling, because you've got your equipment. It's
massive great axe
it's
on my back.
adequate. It'll do the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, big old great axe.
That's all you need.
Cleave anything in half. Yeah, all you need. So making your way up, it takes about 10 minutes. Like I said, this city is huge. Like, walking through this place, your tribe, like, you've never seen any, like, seeing this city from your village up in the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of surreal to be down here and how massive this place is. Oh, sorry, one moment. I'm needed for something. Sorry about this. Give me a
Okay. Take your time. Do we want to go through any sort of like I don't know, like backstory stuff just while Dylan's busy? Does anyone want to like
Yeah,
describe
you can take
backstories?
over.
Up
Yeah,
to
you can take the lead in introducing yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much already gave mine in my little.
Yeah, I meant like you can announce the next person if you want. You can take the DM role.
No, because Dylan hasn't finished.
I think he's
He hasn't finished my stuff
Alright,
yet.
cool.
Plus, I am
I
not
think he's
DM.
got stuff planned.
I am not DM the Almighty. I cannot become god of this
I
world.
am just simple barbarian.
I am simple barbarian
I am
woman. I
simply
smash.
yeah, you do.
DM says smash. I say how hard.
Most what shall we get?
How fast? With what vigor?
How hard? How many?
All right, I have returned. Apologies.
Good.
Anyway, as I was saying.
Dylan,
Sorry about that. I
Dan
just something.
was suggesting DM trees, and he was suggesting that I become DM the Almighty for a little bit while you're gone, and we will have none of it.
I don't know.
Give us all the items.
Maybe.
I was saying I'm a simple barbarian.
Yeah, but anyway, as I was saying, yeah. So kind of your like from where you lived, you'd be able to have had like a clear view of the city, but actually being down here is something else. Like again, like the size of this city compared to like the actual people here, it's almost like it's designed, like the kind of architecture of this place is designed to make you feel small.
Mm-hmm.
This place is giant. Like the buildings kind of stretch up. Like the smallest buildings are probably around like 40 feet tall.
Oh wow! So
And
yeah,
those
so
are
even
the
for me,
smallest buildings.
so even for me, I'd
like
have no trouble.
even as a Goliath, you'd feel small. So approaching this gate, like everything here is to scale, by the way.
Oh
So
wow!
approaching this gate, like this thing towers, like you can barely like see the sky below this thing. And this man is just kind of like standing there. There's like this queue of just they're rough looking people. They look in shape, and they look like they're adventurers of some ilk. So there's a short queue of people, and you kind of sidle up to the and you await to be seen.
Cool.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Is there anything you want to say, or I was about to transition to Josh?
No, that's fine.
If you want to like say or do something that. Okay. All right. So, Josh, where might we find Magnus?
Well, he's very organised and he's very focused. So he'll have got here hours early. He'll have already kind of come through Hero's Walk, and he'll probably be down in the market district and the docks, kind of just kind of wandering around, seeing what the folks of the town are doing, and just kind of observing everything that's going on.
Okay. So yeah, just kind of just going for a general walk around the place.
Yeah, he's kind of a very inquisitive character and always ready to learn, and always ready to help as well. So he's kind of, looking at the books, and if there's like the little urchin kids running around or whatever, he's watching them and seeing what they're up to.
Okay. Would you like to describe how his appearance, or?
Yeah, he is 6 foot. he seems to be quite tall for him compared to the other humans. He is very well built, very muscular, and he knows he looks good. He's got bright orange glowing hair to match his orange eyes.
Exotic.
Yeah,
Fancy.
he just wears like this togery thing around his top half, and just trousers, and doesn't wear any shoes, and it looks like he doesn't have any weapons on him either. He looks like pretty kind of plain.
Okay.
But yeah, other than that, he's just kind of wandering around and seeing what's going on.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, wandering around. Again, repetition. This place is huge. Nothing like you're used to. But glancing at, like, kind of just watching the people around this place. It's very peaceful here down in the general just the market and the market district. District. Towards like, so most of the people, like the laborers and stuff down here, they're just kind of going about their business. Most of them are just like, kind of the main thing you notice is there's a lot of Goliaths and orcs down by the docks, and they're kind of just doing a lot of heavy lifting from ships and onto ships. Humans and hobgoblins are kind of more towards the north, and like just kind of like the central and northern side, doing the kind of more like mundane, like less labor intensive. But there are humans down at the docks doing like labor intensive jobs and stuff like that. So like, it's not thingy, but like, it's kind of like orcs and Goliaths are kind of more commonly found there.
Okay.
The children, they're all most of the children here seem to be like, just kind of, they're just playing together. They're doing all kinds of things. They're kind of running around, playing games that children would play, like and stuff like that. There doesn't seem to be like particularly like rampant poverty. Like, there is like kind of poverty down here, but it's not like, it's not, people aren't destitute. There's not a lot of like people who look like they might be homeless. Like, you do see a couple, but it's they don't seem to be on like death's door or anything. It's just kind of like, yeah, it's they're well clothed and stuff like that for homeless people, but they do look like they've fallen on hard times a little. So kind of like passing around the place. The market district is bustling at the minute. A lot of people are kind of like in Hero's Walk. There's like in Hero's Walk, merchants are just calling out. They're calling out prices of more mundane and cheaper things. So they're like, calling out like the highest is like 1 gold, and that's for like a massive bulk of like potatoes or something like that. So it's definitely, it's not too dissimilar from Hero's Walk, but it's definitely like the items and the prices being shouted out are much lower.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Okay. Are you good to move on to Hans finally, or is there anything else you want to do?
No, he'd probably be pretty content the fact that everyone kind of generally looks good and there's not that much poverty, so be pretty content with himself.
Yeah. So Hans, we've got a special intro thingy because that. So, would you like to start by describing your character's appearance for me?
Okay.
If you want to, you don't have to if you don't want to.
I'm good with that. Hans is a 6 foot tall human. He has quite bad burn scarring up one side of his face that makes like the left side of his lip curl up a little bit into it because the skin's got a bit tighter there. He's got a very straggly beard and quite straggly short brown hair that's relatively well maintained. He's got a few braids in it. He wears a white cloth around his eyes to cover most of the scarring that covers his face. He wears a leather vest adorned with a bandolier and his satchel going across his chest. He wears a green cloak that covers his back and has a large hood on it. He wears a blue steel pauldron on his right arm and has another cloth on his right arm covering up something.
Something. Okay. So, you because you've worked with me on your backstory, and like you've got a specific intro in mind for your character. Where is the person you are seeking? I believe we said they were in the Trolls Pit.
Yep,
Trolls
they're
Pit
in
Inn?
the Trolls Pit Inn in the Market and Docks district.
Yeah. Okay. So you kind of make your you make your way along and you step inside. Kind of your special sense. You kind of scan the room with your special sense, and you find the man you're looking for a kill. What would you like to do?
Whereabouts in the room would I spy him?
I'm just double checking the notes to see if he was anywhere specific. He was he?
No.
Yeah, you find him. You just find him by the bar. He's just kind of. He's got one of the like he's sat at the bar. He's just drinking. And he's just kind of like chatting to a few friends, kind of laughing. You kind of hear him saying like, "Oh, no, I've got people lining up, all people lining up to buy it. It's it'll be sold in no time."
Hans is gonna walk straight over to him, grab his mead out of his hand, and throw it into the fireplace, smashing the mug. You are not selling the Fiora Asa. If you think you are, you're gonna have to go through me for it.
First off, who are you to dare? Audacity of some. All right, well, if you don't want me, how about you can buy it from me?
Buy it from you? I think not. Challenge me like a man.
Like I would waste my time with someone like you. Tell you what. How about you how about you sign up to the Crucible, and if you win the Crucible, maybe I might if you fail and don't die, then you'll just work for me. I'm just some labor or menial task that I need you to do. But if you somehow manage to win, I'll give you the deed to the Crucible. Not the Crucible, the Fiora Asa.
Without even a second thought, Hans holds out his hand to Akil. Deal.
All right then, and he's like he kind of like gives out this this slight smirk, and then he like kind of gives a chuckle. Fine, we have a deal, and he like reluctantly shakes your hand. I look forward to seeing you fight in the Crucible. I'll be sat with the king. Do be sure to give me a wave. Oh, right, yeah, that's right. You won't be able to see me, will you?
I see you there. He grabs one of the rolls off his table, takes a bite out of it, and walks off.
Just kind of like
Oh no, you stole his street world.
Okay.
That's just
You have,
offensive.
you have committed crimes against Skylander people.
And last but not least, so is that everything you want to do, by the way?
He's
Hans?
gonna retreat. He's gonna retreat to the trove.
To the trove. Okay. So last and certainly not least, Ulan, what are you doing? Where are you?
I would want to be somewhere where there isn't too many people, but I don't want to completely go into the shadows. Somewhere a bit beyond Hero's Walk, where there's a little less commotion as I'm sort of like, are there any trees nearby? Near the center?
Any trees?
Mm-hmm.
Let me just have a look.
Near the
Um,
Crucible, there is a lot of trees.
Yeah, the Crucible, yeah, there's a couple of trees down there that you could climb up, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really intend on climbing any trees, but that's fine. I'll just like sit against the wall of a building or some sort of stub. Anything I can
Okay.
lean against, and lay down a little sort of like a handkerchief on the ground and lay my lay my longbow against the wall and sort of sit down and lay down some multicolored string and wait for customers.
For customers.
Indeed.
Interesting.
So yeah, would you like to describe your character at all, or
Yep.
do you want to kind of skip over that?
Yeah, fantasized about this for weeks. Of course I would like to. So Olin's main, most predominant feature, the most eye-catching one, it seems to be his mask, which is mostly plain white, with two slanted slits that he sees through. He wears a red overcoat, a red almost overcoat, almost sort of like Red Riding Hood, Little Red Riding Hood's coat, which I
Cloak.
know is an odd cloak. Yes, basically. So it acts as a hood, and it also covers the top part of his body. And underneath the red cloak is a bit of sort of like a white garb, but his clothes seem to be not exactly tattered, but worn out to where you can tell that this is a man that like journeys on his own, and probably doesn't live in the most comfortable of accommodations on his journey. Uh, and he sort of has like a tied satchel to his back, more of like a cloth that he ties up and uses as like a sack or something that he keeps his things in. And currently, he's sitting down with a lot of strings sort of laid out in front of him.
So yeah, a couple
Oh,
of minutes pass. Oh, sorry, I
and
go.
his long, sorry, and his
Sorry, I know.
longbow has his longbow is sort of like shaped up to be sort of. It also helps him as like a walking stick, and from the top
Right,
of the
okay.
longbow there are a couple of feathers and what seem to be simple pebbles that are hung by a couple of strings as a sort of a
Interesting.
decoration.
Okay. It's really interesting. Yeah. You definitely catch quite a few eyes. You've been catching eyes kind of all throughout your kind of traveling through the city and stuff. You've like a lot of people have kind of been looking at you, double taking, kind of eyeing you a little bit suspiciously. There's this kind of masked figure. So yeah, you kind of begin setting up your stuff. The people pass by, and eventually someone kind of like looks over. You see kind of curiosity in their face, and then they slowly kind of begin making their way over to you. And they go, well, are you some kind of like street performer or something, or what's going? What's with all the stuff here?" He kind of like looks up what there is.
Greetings, my friend. If only I had the talent to be a street performer. I come with more menial tasks. my talents are somewhat of telling the future, to keep it simple. Would you like to
Oh,
see
you're
what lies in store for you?
um sure, yes. I'm an oracle. Wow. Yeah. How much do you charge for your services, if at all?
The first one is for free.
Oh, the first one's for free. Yeah, of course. I would like to see what kind of glory awaits me. He kind of um like steps forward. And, what do you do cards, or do you read my hand? Or I've heard so many different things about oracles, but I've never actually met one.
Well, first of all, it would be great if you relax. Come, take a seat with me. As he sort of like sits on the ground, and he motions for the other person to sit in front of him.
Yeah. So this guy is just to give a little short description. He seems to be a hobgoblin. He's got kind of this pale kind of greenish skin, and he's he looks like some kind of laborer, probably some kind of like he looks like he might be like a smith's apprentice or something like that. And he's got this kind of long black hair, and yeah, he kind of steps forward and he sits down with you. And he like kind of takes a few deep breaths and tries to calm down.
If you don't mind, can I touch your hand?
Yes, of course. And he holds out his hand.
I grab his hand and sort of slowly push on his wrists and places. I'm sorry for any
Okay.
background noises. My mom is washing dishes. But Colin says, with a bit of ecstasy in his voice, it seems to be your lucky day. The stars shine upon you. We might actually catch a glimpse of what lies in store for you. Now, my friend, if you wouldn't mind, close your eyes for me.
Yeah, he does so.
All right, and I sort of like take the strings, and sort of wrap a couple of strings around my fingers, around each individually around my fingers, and pull them taut and present them in front of him. Now, put one of your fingers out, and place your finger on anywhere that the stars take you.
Yeah, he kind of slowly raises his hand, like he curls his fingers inward until his index is the only one extended, and he kind of like slowly waves it over your hand for a moment as he tries to like get in tune with the stars, and he eventually brings it down. And he places it down, kind of on the like basically where your thumb kind of joins into your hand, on your thumb's joint in your hand.
Fantastic. Keep it like that. Relax. Now, think of the best memory you've ever had.
See a kind of slight smile go onto his face as he thinks about it.
What do you love the most? Say it out loud.
My wife.
Very well. Now, think of your worst memory.
His smile slowly begins to fade as he thinks about that.
Do not fear, do not fear. It is in the past. Cannot hurt you. Now, what is your greatest fear?
Giant spider.
Giant spiders. As I lay my hand on his hand, and I take it off. You can open your eyes now.
He opens his eyes.
Everyone in the world is either doing two things. They are either chasing after something, or they're running away from something. I hope my questions were not too pervasive.
No, I trust they help with the your connection to fate and allow you to see into the future.
Good. Because Mother Fate smiles upon you, I can tell that there is a child in the future. A child that you must be wary of. She will bring you much joy, but she might cause great pain in the process. Be wary, but do not be afraid.
Oh well, thank you.
Would you like to go
There's
again?
um, sh sure. Why not?
Okay. Close your eyes.
Oh god.
He does so.
You you know the process. Please
Yeah,
touch it.
see.
Please put your hand out. Touch one of the strings.
Yeah, so kind of go through the motions and the um he when you get him to kind of like put his finger on on a place on your hand, he puts it on like directly in the center of your palm this time.
Not there, not there. And I fix his hand a bit. Try again.
Oh, sorry. He kind of like waves it over again. He puts it on kind of like the the opposite side of your hand to your thumb, if that makes sense, like that little like flat bit.
Basically, I'm just like holding out the strings in front of him. They're like taut like a suspension bridge, and you can like touch one of the strings if you want.
Oh, one of the strings, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you had them like thingy. Ah, right. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, he All right. Okay, I was misunderstanding the thing. I thought you like had them wrapped around your hand. It kind of like
Oh, no,
crisscrossed
it's
your
good.
hand and like tightened it. Okay, yeah. No. He he kind of touches one of the strings, the one hanging from your index finger.
Ah, this one's not too hard. Open your eyes, my friend.
He opens his eyes.
Oh, I'd suggest not even in this festival. Don't eat a bit too much today.
All right.
The future involves a toilet.
Uh-oh.
But that indeed was your second reading, and that would be. Well, just a question: what's the currency like in here?
So like a full meal will probably be about 8 copper, like
No,
a
no. So it's
decently
like
sized meal.
copper. How many copper would be like 1 silver, and how many silver would be
10,
one?
like it converts to 10, so 10 copper
10.
to
Okay.
1 silver, 10 silver to 1 gold, 10 gold to 1 platinum. Standard conversion rates.
Okay. That would be 5 silver, please.
Yeah, sure. And the fishes around in his satchel for a moment and then hands you 5 silver.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, that is all, Lady. That is all Lady Fate has in store for you today. I will be around here, even tomorrow. You can come and ask anytime you want.
Yes, thank you. I'll be sure to tell friends about you. um, truly
And
work
be sure
wonders.
to eat healthy.
I shall. Uh, I'll make sure to stay away from particularly spicy foods today.
Olin gives a nod.
Yeah, he kind of gives you a slight wave and he wanders off.
5 silver. I should probably get rid of the first one's free policy, I say to myself.
Okay. So yeah, think going over to we'll go over to Yrsa for a moment as you kind of you notice behind you this man kind of that's actually has Hans gone straight to the Crucible, or oh wait, no, he went to the Trove, didn't he?
He went to the Trove, but he is heading to the Crucible not long after.
Okay. We'll go to Hans first. So yeah, what do you see? Step into the Trove. I can't remember where we said the Trove was. Unless you want to keep the entrance a secret.
For now, seeing as no one else is from the city.
Okay. So yeah, you step into the Trove. You step through the entrance, and kind of this I can't remember if it's underground. I can't think it,
Yes.
yeah, it is underground. Okay, so this large cavern, and it's this large cavern, and it's much like it's quite a lot like the market district above. There's all kinds of people, kind of a lot more. It's a lot more racially diverse down here. There's quite a few kind of like there's goblins and like other races that aren't like regular goblins, bugbears, and similar races that aren't particularly welcome. Kobolds that that aren't particularly welcome in the city down here, and you step into the Trove, and it's quite busy. There's quite a lot of people down here, understandably because of what's going on above ground. So yeah, are you looking for anyone in particular, or are you just kind of gonna walk around?
He's gonna head over to the western side of the Trove, traversing the various gangplanks and wooden structures that lead around this massive cave system. He's gonna make his way to a sort of like shipwreck that's down there, that's kind of washed into one of the sea caves below there, and he's gonna head in there, and he's gonna pet the mink that is now sitting on his shoulder, and he'll look to him and go find Salty Jack.
He kind of looks at you, goes, and then zooms off, looking for him. After a couple of minutes, the mink kind of zooms back and kind of crawls up your leg, up your side, up your shoulder, and kind of like rests down on your shoulder once more.
Did you find him?
He nods, and about a minute or so later, you hear the familiar wood on wood thud, 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 as of Salty Jack approaching. There you are, young boy. What do you want this time?
I want some advice.
Some
Turns out my
advice?
suspicions were correct. Akil is indeed trying to sell the Fiora, and I decided it was a good idea to challenge him, and it ended up with a bet. He will give me the deed if I fight in the proving trials and win.
Well, you can hand yourself pretty well, but I'd suggest trying to find a group and going into the group trials rather than solo ones. I don't think you would last particularly long in the duels, but with a group, sure, your set of skills will allow you to flourish.
A group. Never really fought alongside other people before.
You don't have to get along with them. You can always bugger off on your own once it's all over.
I suppose there is that. I wonder... Yes, I believe Ublek can hide himself long enough that I can sneak him inside.
Oh
I
yeah, he's a
wouldn't be
very
much use without him.
he's a very sneaky creature. He is, and he kind of pats him as he enjoys the pat.
I've been teaching him this new trick with that hand crossbow I picked up. He'll pull out the hand crossbow from his satchel and aim it. Black, do you think?
Black kind of scuttles down your arm, and he kind of sits on the on the crossbow and kind of looks where it's aiming.
He'll look up to where the crow's nest used to be, to where there is a tattered flag flying, and he'll fire a crossbow bolt right in the flag.
Just for sake of it, like it's a mobile object, so yeah, you just and the arrow, like the crossbow bolt just and it flies out, and you kind of hear a kind of like a little thump as it hits the thing, and it kind of gets tangled up a little as it kind of like gets, you know, the feathers on the back of the the fletching gets caught in the flag as it pierces a hole through it, and it kind of like the flag kind of clumps together for a moment, and then the bolt kind of falls down and bring into into like the main what remains of the main deck of the shipwreck. And the tattered flag kind of like begins to like unfurl again, and there's a new hole in it.
And getting pretty accurate. He's doing really well with the combat training as of late.
Well done. That's quite a good trick. That'll help you in the long run.
Indeed, it will. Hopefully, it'll be enough. If not,
I'm sure
I
it will
don't know
be.
what I'm gonna do.
Well, I would suggest trying to make sure he isn't out in the open too much. If you lose him, then you're kind of a dead ducko. So be careful.
Indeed. If I don't survive the trials, would you promise me something?
Depends what the promise is, but I'll always hear you out, lad.
Akil. He's gonna tear down the Fiora Asa if I don't win the deed. Can you make sure that doesn't happen? Can you steal the deed?
He's silent for a moment as he kind of mulls it over, and then he kind of pats your arm and says, "Aye, I'll see what I can do, but I'm not gonna. Well, I'll promise you that I'll at least try, but whether I'll actually be able to is another thing. But me and the old age. But yeah, I'll do my best. Just
All I ask
don't
is you
die.
try.
Yeah.
I don't intend to. Gonna prove that old bloody bag of wind wrong, and I'm gonna grin at him the entire time.
That's my lad. Well, is there anything you want, and anything else you need from old Salty Jack, or
Just a bit of luck, I guess.
Alright, well, he kind of reaches into his mouth and pulls out this golden tooth and kind of rubs it on your arm and then puts it back in his mouth. There you go. Good luck.
He'll chuckle at him. Alright, I'll see you there. Guessing you'll probably be
Yeah.
pulling your old tricks, going around Heroes Walk, seeing what new pickings are around there. Always a great time of year for us.
Yeah, there's so many, new travelers and stuff, they don't watch their pockets too much, so, it should be nice and easy, get a nice haul from, Hero's Walk, but, yeah, I'll see you around in the Crucible, or down here if you decide to, make a stop. So, yes, keep me updated on, happens.
Indeed I will. By the way, I hear there's quite an eccentric merchant at Heroes Walk. You might want to pay him a visit. He seems to have some interesting stock you might want to get your hands on.
Yeah, I'll have a look see and see what he's got. See if I can lift a few things.
There you go. There's the old salty jack I know. Right.
Well, yeah. Well, I'll get to that. You go and sign up to the Crucible or something, or whatever you young whippersnappers do these days. I'll see you around if you don't need me for anything else.
Indeed. See you around, Salty. I'll, kind of salute to him and head off.
He pats you back and then makes his way towards the exit.
He'll head towards the Crucible using the tunnel system.
Okay. So, kind of navigate the place. Come out of a sewer grate around about here, close to the wall, in this general area. So you kind of come out of a sewer grate and it's like, and you kind of climb out, close it behind you, and kind of glancing around. There's a short queue. There's a massive bear of a Goliath woman kind of standing there, waiting to be seen. There's one person in front of her now, and then she's next in line to be seen. And then it'll be you if you're brisk and make it there before anyone else steps up into line.
I'll look to the main kind of shutter. Black, go see if you can cause some trouble. I'm gonna go get in line.
And the kind of scuttles down and zooms off. Any particular trouble you want them to get up to, or just do something?
The person that's behind the Goliath, so the person that would be in front of him, I want him to crawl up his trouser leg so Hans can sneak in line in front of him.
Okay, so yeah, Ublek kind of zooms along, and you see him kind of sniff about at this guy's trouser leg, and then he kind of goes up and he disappears. Immediately when he disappears from sight, the guy is like, what the, and he starts feeling his leg, trying to figure out what the hell's going on, and then he you see this small lump going further and further up his leg, and then it crawls up into his backside, and he's like, what the, and he starts kind of panicking and kind of backing away and trying to run away from the thing that's tickling him basically. He's like, what is going on? And he kind of there's enough of a distraction for you to kind of step into line. He's kind of stepped out of the way, so you can kind of if he comes back and tries to get back in front of you, it's reasonable for you to argue you were there first, basically.
He'll step into the spot in line, turn to the man and go, "Oh, you should get to the healers about that. I've heard there's something going around. It's called bed troll mumps. You feel like there's things running around in your drawers, and then all of a sudden your schlongadong just drops off."
You just kind of oh wait, no, yeah. He goes silent for a moment, and then you just hear him kind of mutter, "Oh, what's," and he you just kind of hear him run straight towards the healers.
Yeah, while that's happening, Yrsa just gives them both a funny look, just stink eye pretty much from the side, but continues to wait in line.
Hans doesn't see that. After the guy runs off, he'll recall Oblak.
Okay. Recall him as in he'll climb down and out, or recall as in recall.
Climb down and out.
Okay. So yeah, after a minute or so, you hear the kind of pitter-patter of feet, and you see yourself, and he climbs up your shoulder, and comes up your leg, and then onto your shoulder.
boy. He'll get a little crumb out of his pocket and feed it to him.
Yeah, he lets out like a happy little squeak as he like kind of munches on the crumb.
He'll wait in line.
So his hand's behind my
Yeah.
character now.
Yeah, hands
Mhm.
behind you.
Okay, how many people are left in front of us?
The man in front of you has been seen. And it is now your turn to speak to the dude.
Okay, before I walk up to speak to the dude, I just turn around to Hans and I'm just like, you do realize how unhygienic that is, right? Because she's seen the entire thing.
Unhygienic? What are you talking about?
She just gives a little like shake of her head and she says, I see you she shakes her head and she just pretty much just ignores her. She ignores Hans. She just kind of walks towards the thing. She just can't be arsed with this right now.
I mean, if you want to talk about unhygienic, I mean, you're wearing a necklace of bones. God knows what those have come from.
It's very strange that a man with a blindfold on knows that you're wearing a necklace of bones.
Yeah. Yeah, she just kind of she doesn't turn around again. She just keeps walking forward, but she just says, this necklace is none of your business. It's a tribal tradition."
My trouser ferret isn't any of your business either.
Very well. I will not talk about your trouser ferret anymore.
Very good bit of advice. You should never talk about a man's trouser ferret.
Yes, then I go and talk to
Okay.
the person at the front desk.
Yeah. Oh, he's like, there's no like desk or anything. He's just kind of like standing by the gate. He's got like this little clipboard. And he looks up at Yrsa and says, "Oh, wow! I've never seen a lady as powerfully built as you. So you're here for the Crucible."
Not many have. So it's a little chuckle. Yes, I'm here
Yeah.
for the big tournament.
Oh, yeah, of course, of course you are. Yeah, what aspect of the tournament are you signing up for? Do you want to do the duels, or are you going to try and find a team and do the team duels, or what would you like to sign up for? There is one way you can find a team and you can fight against various beasties we've collected for the adventurers, or you can fight along fellow warriors, or it's endless possibilities for the kinds of shows we put on for the spectators.
I hear the team duels give you the biggest prize pot and the most glory.
She turns around mid-sentence to Hans and she just says, "Shut up, nobody asked you," and then turns back to the man.
The man kind of like, "Oh, let's see, your husband must be well trained. Anyway, this man is correct. The team duels, they pay the most monetarily. As for glory, I suppose they probably would be up there. They're some of the most glorious of tournaments to be in, but yes, the monster one is like where you fight various beasties we've collected. Those are pretty those are pretty glorious ones because well, we can't guarantee that we'll get you out of there before the beasties eat you. So make sure you don't fall in battle against them if you do sign up.
Yeah, she looks him dead in the eye, and she said, as soon as he mentions glory, she perks up a little bit more. She says, "Oh yes, money and all that glitters doesn't really bother me, but good bit of glory goes a long way. Is there any way to do both, to do an individual duel as well as take part in team duels?
Yes, you can. They're all spaced out, so you can definitely partake in as many tournaments as you like. Just remember that well, uh, give your body time to recover is all I'm saying.
Aye then, more duels, more fights, the better. I'll sign up for everything you have.
Wow.
Roll one.
Yeah, he kind of like. Do you have a team for the team fights?
Ah, yes. A team would be needed for a team fight, I guess. Is there a way I can?
She has one.
She has what? She turns around to this man. He was more and more getting more and more annoying. So, because all she's seen of him right now is that he has a trouser snake that, like, runs up people's legs and into their buttholes or whatever.
Trouser ferret.
And that she constantly corrects her and interrupts her.
Exactly. You have one number. He kind of gestures himself friendly.
She looks around, like, she knows what he's saying, but she looks around, like, above him, and she's like, "Where? The second member. I cannot see him or her."
Full be thy who overlooks the god.
She just shakes her head again, and she's like, "Very well, I will take the small one with me as a member. Is that enough? Is that enough for the team?"
Well, we would need around generally teams are comprised of around 4 to 6 participants.
How strong are you, small one?
I know it.
How strong are you, small
Pretty
one?
strong. You can find people on Heroes Walk. There's plenty of thirsty people coming into the town.
Very well, I guess we will be back later, I guess, with a team. She doesn't like the fact that
Alright,
that she has to do things in a team, but she likes the fact that she's going to fight more, so she's going to go do it.
Can I get your name, miss, just so I can put it down for the duels?
Yes, of course. Names. I'm not too familiar with formalities and stuff like that. All I really know is to fight. I'm from a tribe up north, if you know where that one is.
I believe so. You're up in the mountains. I recognize the kind of aesthetic your tribe has.
Yes, very glorious tribe. We all worship Minos, and we all fight in his honor. Yes, my name is Yrsa Ulfhild, if you need to know, sir.
Excellent. Kind of scribbles that down for a moment. All right, Yrsa.
And this is
Good
small
luck on
one.
finding your team.
This is small one.
Smile. Small one. Small one. Do you have a name?
His name is Small One.
Hi, that's I do. No. I am Hans the Sly.
Hans the Sly. Okay, and he writes that down.
Hans with a D.
With a D? Like
Big
Hans
one.
as in like this, and he holds up his hand.
He high fives him.
His hand.
Oh. How do you know I was holding up my hand?
Magic.
I'll take for your word for it. Anyway, alright, and he just kind of like continues scribbling it down. Well, Hans the Sly and Yrsa Ulfhild. Alright. Well, I shall keep. Okay.
Oh yes, and put my name down for everything else as well. She makes sure that he puts.
Yes,
he
I
signs
have
her up.
already.
Okay, good. How did you sign me up when
he's
you didn't
done
already
so.
know my name?
I just did so when you told me your name now.
Interesting. She's not the smartest.
Anyway,
She's
good luck on finding new.
She's regularly smart, but she's not the smartest.
Sorry, I go on. Yeah, good. Anyway, good luck on finding team to work with. There's an abundance of adventurers coming into the city. Shouldn't be too hard.
Okay. Take or leave without another word.
Okay. Kind of the two of you kind of begin traveling down. You notice this strange figure kind of sat towards the side again, like against the side of a building, wearing kind of a white mask and a red cloak over himself, and he seems to be kind of like he's got these strings and he's doing some kind of like reading of some kind with someone. They hand him a bit of money and then walk away. He's very curious. As you're making your way down the Hero's Walk, it's probably around this area that you see this person.
Cool. Yeah, Yrsa wouldn't pay him any attention. She's not the type to like these street carnival things.
Okay.
Hans will go over.
Okay.
You're an interesting looking fellow. What are you peddling?
Greetings. I peddle in the stars. So what is with my accent? I keep switching.
That's part of your character. It's kind of no.
What would you?
As you say.
Well, would you
interesting
like?
business.
Would you like to take a glimpse into your future?
No, I don't put much stock in fate, but I am willing to do a deal.
You two do seem to be people that make interesting deals.
Yeah, she's just like Ursa's just kind of
Indeed, I
standing off
am.
to the side, like just like staring at them both, making sure that nothing shady's going down.
Okay.
I offer you the deal of a lifetime. Come with us and fight in the Crucible. The glory, the gold, the roar of the crowd, all can be yours if you fight at our side. What do you say?
Oh my. But I am just a humble merchant, selling my craft. I am merely hunt. I merely shoot to hunt. Would you think I am a worthy fighter for your cause?
Oh, look at me. I'm nothing but a blind fool, but yet I seek glory in the Crucible.
Yrsa
Why couldn't you be?
shouts over, "Aye, he is," when she says that when he says that he's a fool.
If a big blockhead like her can sign up to the Crucible with any sort of vigor, I'm sure you can.
You seem to see more than others.
I try to.
Very well. Mother Fate does not shine her glory on me today. I believe I was going to join the Crucible anyways, as I use the bow to sort of like support myself and stand back up. And I put a lanky hand out. Olin.
I'll take it.
It's the hand off.
I believe.
I take the hand.
And what is your name, great warrior?
She just kind of scoffs at him a little bit. Yrsa, and you have not earned my trust yet, so do not be all buddy with me.
Understandable. And you have not earned my trust, but I do trust that you can lift quite a responsibility. Yes?
Yes, just show that you aren't as weak as you look, and we will be fine.
Very well then. As I look back to Hans and put my hand out. And you might be?
Hans the Sly. Quickest hands in all of Inkveld.
The Sly. I think we have much to learn about each other.
Yrsa
Indeed.
rolls her eyes.
I look forward.
rolls her eyes at this budding bromance. Sick of it already.
But yes, there's plenty of action for you to get in on this. He seems to see her roll her eyes despite not even looking towards her.
She starts walking away towards the hero's walk. Keep up if you can.
Well, by the blessing of the mother, I believe that we will be needing more people. Yes, I am not the best frontline combatant.
No, you look like more of a cover from range sort of fellow. Nevertheless, you're very important.
You flatter me, truly.
Come on, let's go see if we can find some more people to fight alongside us.
My pleasure.
Yrsa almost throws up from the amount of bromance in the air. It's poisoning.
So, you begin making your way down the hero's walk. Give me a moment. I'm gonna check some sheets real quick. So. Yours is that. Yours is also. Yours. So. I'm just gonna check. Oh. Okay. So. T. As you're kind of exploring this place, window shopping for the most part, you kind of notice this group of 3 people. They look kind of like a group kind of convening for. They look like they're kind of strangers to one another.
Okay.
But they look like they're kind of traveling together for the most part. They seem to be looking for something. It's some masked and robed figure. You're not entirely sure what race they might be.
Okay.
A human of some kind who appears to be blind, due to his blindfold across his face, and a huge Goliath.
Even bigger because of how your size is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it powers over you. So, but yeah, so kind of out of the corner of your eye, you're not really paying too much attention, but you're just kind of window shopping and stuff. But you do notice this group of people. They from the looks of them, they seem to be kind of like looking around for something.
Okay.
You're not entirely sure.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna watch them. They seem like a curious bunch of people to be traveling together. I'm just gonna, you know, I'm curious. I'm gonna keep an eye on them. And also, I've probably seen trees that are shorter than this Goliath. So, you know, that's fantastic, you know?
Yeah. Are you actively trying to like hide from them, or are you just gonna like watch them?
I'm just gonna watch them. I'm neither hiding nor actively trying to get into a conversation. I'm just curious about them.
Okay.
They seem like a very, you know, mismatched group of people to be together.
Okay. Well, Yrsa, you've got the highest passive perception out of your group, like out of the groups of like, well, yeah, you've got the highest passive perception out of the 3 of you. After a couple of minutes of kind of like looking around, you get the feeling you're kind of being watched. Kind of scanning around. You don't see anyone at first, and then you kind of look down for any kind of like sneaky animals like Hans has. You notice a strange short elf of some kind. You've never seen one of these. Like you've heard of the short elves. You've heard like halflings. Like it sounds like a description of a halfling that you've heard. There's a specific type of elf from a mountainous region towards the north of in the northern land called La Prancia. They're not from Engvild. You have seen dwarves around, but not halflings.
Interesting.
But from the looks of it, this might be one of those fabled halflings you've heard of. She's looking at you. She's like kind of watching you.
Okay. So before any of that happened, when we were just looking around.